Good morning. Today is December 21st, and the title for today is Now is Our Salvation. And that knowing the time, that now is the high time to wake out of a sleep, for now is our salvation, nearer than when we believed. Romans chapter 13, verse 11. As we have stated all quarter, Paul had a very specific focus in this letter to the Romans, and that was to clarify for the church at Rome, especially the Jewish believers there, the role of the faith and the works in the New Covenant context. The issue was salvation and how a sinner is deemed righteous and holy before the Lord. To help those whose whole emphasis had been on law, Paul put the law into its proper role and context. Although ideally Judaism, even in the Old Testament times, was a religion of grace, legalism rose and did a lot of damage. How careful we as a church need to be that we don't make the same mistake. Romans chapter 13, verses 11 through 14 says, "And do this, understanding the present time. The hour has already come for you to wake up from your slumber, because our salvation is nearer now than when we first believed. The night is nearly over. The day is almost here. So let us put aside the deeds of darkness and put on the armor of light. Let us behave decently as in the daytime, not in the carousing drunkenness, not in the sexual immorality and debauchery, not in the dissension and jealousy. Rather, clothe yourself with the Lord Jesus Christ, and do not think about how to gratify the desires of the flesh." How fascinating that Paul was talking here to the believers, telling them to wake up and get it together because Jesus was coming back. The fact that this was written almost 2,000 years ago doesn't matter. We must always live in anticipation of the nearness of Christ's coming. As far as we are all concerned, as far as our own personal experience go, the second coming is as near as the potential for our own death. Whether next week or in 40 years, we close our eyes in death, and whether we sleep only for 4 days or for 400 years, it makes no difference to us. The next thing we know is the second coming of Jesus. With death always potentially just around the corner for any one of us, time is indeed short, and our salvation is nearer than when we first believed. Although Paul doesn't deal much in the book of Romans with the second coming, in the Thessalonians and the Corinthian letters, he covers it much more in detail. After all, it's a crucial theme in the Bible, especially in the New Testament. Without it, and the hope it offers, our faith is really meaningless. After all, what does justification mean without the second coming to bring that wonderful truth to a complete fulfillment? If you knew for certain that Jesus was coming next month, what would you change in your life, and why? If you believe that you need to change these things a month before Jesus comes, why shouldn't you change them now? What is the difference? Please answer in the comment section below, and have an awesome day. Thank you.